Welcome everybody, welcome. The gates are closing. Like I said in my previous videos, the gates are closing. It's coming. It's right around the corner right now, and in this video I'm going to give you more and more evidence that might show that we are very, very close to this major shift. And there is many evidence that I'm going to show you in today's video. First of all, guys, we are going to have a look at the vision that I had about XRP, which, like I said, was the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. I don't even know how much significance I have to put to it or how much significance you should put to it. For me personally, it was a crazy experience, especially as I come from a Bitcoin background. Seeing something like that, it completely blew my mind basically, and I'm going to act on it. I'm going to believe that whatever I've saw, that I can trust that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you to do anything, because maybe from a trading standpoint, from a technical analyst standpoint, might not be the most smartest move. But we'll dive to it later. I'm going to show later some charts that I want to share with you. We're going to have a look at Ripple. We're going to have a look at the Bitcoin dominance. But first we are going to talk about the prophetic timelines on what's happening right now with this bigger wealth transfer. What can happen with XRP in the next coming months. Because the date that I got pretty clear. And a lot of people in the comment section say like, okay, the dates are not accurate at all with prophetic dreams. So I don't know about that. That's possible. Maybe they are not accurate at all. So maybe it's we shouldn't look too much at it. But what's very interesting is that the date that I got was very clear, the 3rd of January 2025. And someone actually shared with me that a lady on a different video commented as well that she dreamt about the 3rd of January 2025. So that's already some confluence. Of course, this is still very broad, and maybe we shouldn't weigh it too. We shouldn't put too much significance to it, but nevertheless, it's just interesting. But we are also going to have a look at the month of February, because the month of February apparently is also a very big month, because Brandon Biggs is talking about February, especially I think around the 11th or 14th of February, when Super Bowl is happening. Is there a huge event going to happen at Super Bowl? There are actually other prophecies that are signaling in the same direction, which I want to jump in today's video. And let's watch a video of Manuel Johnson as well, saying February 2025 is a big moment.
Get ready. The month of February of 2025, I saw the floodgates open up over the body of Christ. The month of February, the floodgates are going to start to open up over the body of Christ.
So guys, it's very interesting that Manuel Johnson is talking about February 2025. That's super close. And Brandon Biggs is talking about this as well. Super Bowl, early February 2025. This is the comment basically that someone shared with me from the Discord. This is the Lord showed me a date in a dream vision a few days ago. This date is the 3rd of January 2025. He showed me many things in visions and also words but never dates. That's what I hear all the time, like dates are not accurate and you shouldn't put too much significance to date. But for me, it was very clear the 3rd of January 2025. I believe this date is for XRP, and he also showed me in a vision that wealth transfer will start in winter. So for me, this is also already interesting, because like I said, the thing that I saw was especially XRP. XRP just going vertically up while all the other tokens are going down or sideways. That was not the most clearest, but the date was actually super clear. Winter officially starts on the 21st of December. That's almost. Then they're talking a little bit about Shiba. Shiba transfer Shiba winnings to XRP. I've been mentioning this. I don't know. I just heard other people talking about that, which is interesting. But now, what I also want to bring you attention to is actually that we are seeing the climate, the narrative around XRP is changing. And this I want to illustrate with an example of Michael Saylor. So first of all, guys, when we look at previous podcast of 2 years ago, we are seeing Michael Saylor completely tearing down XRP, right? Even the title says Ripple is unethical. But right now, recently, he went on the podcast with Patrick Bet David, and he actually asked him some questions about XRP. And let's just have a look at his reaction.
Yes, there's rumors going on that the CEO of XRP met with Trump, right? Ripple. I think there's a rumor. Rob, if you want to pull it up, if there's something like that, I thought I saw something. Did Ripple CEO meet with Trump? Critics remark fuel XRP surge and speculation. CEO Brad Garlinghouse remarks amid XRP surge and have fueled speculation. Trump stock. So if Musk is in there, Musk, my view, I may be wrong. Musk is meme coins. Musk is Doge. Musk is crypto. Musk is Bitcoin. For the most part, he's open to the idea. He's not specific to one thing. The community with XRP right now and Ripple, has anything with your position with Ripple changed since the last time you and I were together?
Yeah, what I say today is it's clear we have a pro-crypto president. They're all in on crypto. They're all in on Bitcoin. They're progressive. They're all about freedom. And freedom means, the 20th century securities regime was you got to spend $40 million on compliance to bring a company public. But what if I only want to raise $4 million in capital? How does it make sense that I got to spend $40 million on insurance?
So what we actually see right here, like he doesn't give a clear answer. He's clearly dodging the question. But you gotta think in Michael's position too, right? Like the CEO Brad Garlinghouse actually has met with Trump. There were rumors, and I think it was even confirmed. That's pretty insane. Right, because the regulations that are going to be rolled out for crypto are going to basically determine which way we are going, right? And from which corners of the world liquidity will flow into cryptocurrency. So definitely Michael Saylor right here is being very careful because he needs pro-crypto regulations for Bitcoin because he's invested with everything that he has in Bitcoin. But what I'm just trying to say here is that his attitude, and this changed very quickly, right? I mean, Ripple was a couple of months ago still like the security unethical, or this actually from a couple of years ago, what he said. But the attitude is changing. Suddenly he's dodging the question because he knows if I now say something negative, it might backfire me later on, because he realizes that the reality that Ripple becomes a more positive thing in society, or that more accepted thing in society, more integrated in the structure, becomes a reality. He feels that too, otherwise he wouldn't dodge that question. He will stick into his role that he has been invested in for the past couple of years, that he is completely against XRP, completely against all the other cryptocurrencies, because Michael Saylor is always Bitcoin only. So what we are seeing is we are seeing already a shift happening. So we are in the middle of it. It looks like, it really, really looks like. And with all these things coming, January, February, it really feels to me like the gate is actually closing, or how Manuel Johnson says, actually the gate to Christ is opening, which will be flooded, right? I mean, that sounds pretty positive, but what I'm trying to say is the gate of being in that position, taking your position, that gate is closing. And we see that the stance, the attitude on Ripple, for example, is already slightly changing. Right? This is just very small details, but this is just, you got to see this as a transition, as a process, right? First, you're going to see the small details, and then suddenly it can just happen overnight, and is complete a new accepted reality, and then later you will look back like, oh yeah, of course we've knew it all along, right? Something like that. Similar with all the conspiracy theories that have become reality and have come true in the past years. So now I want to talk with you guys about some predictions from other persons who had prophecies, who were actually pretty famous, who had a lot of them right, and I've mentioned them before. One of them is Baba Vanga. She's a Bulgarian lady. I thought she was blind. She's pretty famous about her prophecies, and she talks about 2025. What she says: before death, Baba Vanga spoke about the escalating troubles in Europe amid the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Well, this is, of course, we are already in this process too. Like, when you read this, it's just a confirmation. There's no news right here. But she actually does think that there will come a war in Europe, like a escalating war, and we are right now in the midst of it, right? We are already seeing that happening. And another thing that she actually predicts, and I really think that this is going to be the case, Baba Vanga suggested that humans would eventually be able to communicate directly by harnessing brainwaves, hinting that telepathy, mind reading could become a reality. And I really believe that this is going to happen. I think that the whole world that we are seeing and that we are knowing right now, with the educational system, the banking system, every institution, healthcare, health insurance, all of this will be crumbling down. This is crumbling down, and in that process of crumbling down, there is a wealth transfer going from the wicked to the righteous. Let's say it like that. And then the righteous, they gotta rebuild all this infrastructure, and they got to rebuild it in such a way that it is good for humanity, that humanity will prosper under the new fundamentals of the society. That's really important. And I think that talking like we are doing right now, in years from now, I don't know how long that is going to take, but in years from now, talking will be old school. We will be able to just talk with, like she says, telepathy, like just by thinking thoughts, looking at each other and like exchanging thoughts. Like this will become a reality. We've seen so many people that have stories, for example in Australia, about this school where like this UFO landed and then an alien stepped out of the UFO, and all these kids, they describe the same thing. These aliens don't talk. They look at you and you see all these images. They saw images of nuclear stuff and wars and explosions, and they had the feeling that the aliens were telling them, what are you doing with the world, right? But there were no words in the communication. So this is definitely something that I believe will happen, and it might happen very soon, because the energies that are coming into Earth will activate the junk DNA, so to say, DNA that we carry, that is like basically on lock. We will get abilities that were not available to us before. We will get abilities like maybe prophetic dreams is going to be one of them. We are going to be able to see futuristic events. We are going to be able to talk using our mind with each other. Maybe it sounds very, very far-fetched, but it is not. It is really not, because many people are already in this process. Most of you are already in this process. Maybe you can recognize it with yourself, that you start to have different feelings. You feel different sensations in your body. You suddenly feel like you could easily like go out of your body. I don't know, anything that you might experience, but which you 10 years ago would think like this is impossible. Now you would already have an attitude to it, like I think I might be able to do that, right? That belief is also a process, and that belief opens doors as well. But that's for another video, okay? We go to another one. This is interesting. She foretold bizarre events occurring during major sporting events, suggesting that claims about aliens could have a significant impact on history, sending shockwaves to both humanity and science, potentially causing a seismic shift in our understanding. Also, I believe this is going to happen, but note that she says like major sporting events. Like Brandon Biggs is talking about the Super Bowl in February. Manuel Johnson is talking about February 2025. Maybe this is going to be one of these events that we are going to see something crazy. Is there anything else? No, this was from this page. Then I want to bring it to Edgar Cayce, guys. Edgar Cayce is, of course, very famous as well. And he also made a prediction for 2025. And I think that this is really fitting our channel right here, because this is exactly where we are in right now. Spiritual awakening. Casey's predictions also envision a period of spiritual transformation. He believed that a shift in consciousness would lead humanity towards compassion, sustainability, and unity. Listen to this, guys. Compassion, sustainability, and unity. Isn't that where the whole Joseph story is about? Is all about? Isn't this where the whole wealth transfer is all about? We have to have compassion. We want to build new structures that is sustainable, that will help humanity thrive. Unity, work together. Very important. This spiritual awakening, he suggested, would influence major institutions and prompt a re-evaluation of values. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. The institutions that we know, healthcare, education, politics, you name it, everything that is set in place right now has not been set in that place to help humanity. It has been structured in such a way that it is extracting value from the people into the institutions, into the hands of the few. This is going to change, but that first needs to break. So all the institutions, education as we know it, medicines, you name it, this will all be crumbling down, and there will come new major institutions where they talk about right here. This is our task. This is our task as we carry the energy of Joseph, right? We might be with this whole group right here and many more people. We are carrying the Joseph energy. So we should take the responsibility to think about, okay, what do we want to have in place when the big media giants and all these big institutions are crumbling down? Because there has to come something in their place with better values, with a better structure, and that is what really need to do. And I also want to share with you a video from Johnny Eslow. I hope I say his name right. He also had some prophetic dreams, and he's talking about the millionaires of the new kingdom and the billionaires of the new kingdom. And this is also again about the wealth transfer. Let's quickly have a look at what he has to say, and then I'm going to give some notes on it. Afterwards, we are going to go into the charts.
That's what the Lord's saying, that he is restoring America's fortunes, and in that, of course, are all of our individual fortunes as well. And that personal application of it, by restoring means there's things that have been lost. There's money that's been lost. There's destiny that's been lost. There's favor that's been lost. And he is in the process of doing it. That's what we're watching. That's what we're being a part of. And that's what we're moving into. And related to that, Steve, there is part of what the Lord wants me to share connected to that. It has to do with resources and even this thing, Kingdom Billionaires. And I feel like I'm supposed to do a little, say, an activation or something. I even have a shofar here at the very end. It'll just take a few seconds to do so. But we're going to be having more Kingdom Billionaires. This is from the Lord. This is part of restoring America's fortunes. There's going to be more Kingdom Billionaires. Now, this is different than billionaires who are Christians. Not that there's very many of them, but a Kingdom Billionaire is one who knows that he has been positioned, the one who has been advanced strategically by the Lord. It's kind of it's like a crown, and kind of in the spirit, I can see they literally wear a crown in the spirit. They're kings of resources, and they're ministers of wealth with understanding. They understand this is about advancing the kingdom, and advancing the kingdom on earth is not about advancing the gospel of salvation. It's about advancing the gospel of the kingdom, that Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The rule and reign of our King in every area of society.
So heaven needs to be built on the earth. And we need millionaires and billionaires for that. And the difference between the millionaires and billionaires is the way how they think. So billionaires, they are thinking from top to down. And millionaires, they are thinking from down to top. Let me explain. This is actually from Johnny. But what he's saying, like, if you, for example, like, if you are a millionaire, you can help in a homeless shelter, right? You can help in a homeless shelter and bring their food and make sure that the homeless will get food. But a billionaire can change the structure that there are no homeless people. He will not give any food to the homeless, but he will be in such positions where he can change structures where he will create that there won't be any homeless anymore. So this is how we need to start to think, and we really have to get open for this right now, because probably things are accelerating, things are going to happen fast, and if you cannot act quickly upon it, then we need everyone's energy to basically to put in to create this, to make it happen, right? So we need to bundle our energy, and we need to basically make it happen, and decide for yourself whether you want to be a millionaire in the kingdom or a billionaire in the kingdom. This is a different responsibility. So Elon Musk, for example, could be a billionaire in the kingdom. I'm just naming an example because, for example, he is buying Twitter, which is changing a structure in the way how we use social media. So I'm not saying that he is a billionaire in the kingdom. He is a billionaire, though, that he is. But what I'm trying to say is, like, the way that a billionaire or a millionaire thinks is completely different. Both are needed, both are important, but the way that they operate is completely different. The billionaire doesn't come to the homeless shelter to give a sandwich. He will build places so there won't be any homeless, or he will create jobs, he will create work, so there will be less homeless. So he has a different function in there. And the millionaire is maybe more, he's going to build a homeless shelter, or he's going to hand out food. That is so there's a difference. Both are needed, but there's a difference between both of them. So let's go to the charts finally, guys. What we can see on Ripple right here is that, yeah, we just basically stalling at the $2.40 level, which is pretty normal, right? I mean, the previous time we broke this resistance, we also, like I said in my previous video, we stalled for a couple of weeks. It took roughly 1 month or 1 month and 1 week to basically get back to that previous high and break that high. So right now we are just kind of like 1 week in, right? So we are closing the week today. So let's see what's going to happen. But if something similar happens as before, it can take up to a couple of weeks until we get another push to the upside. But like I said, I feel that this push is going to come soon. And yeah, the targets are still the same. The first target is 360, is the middle of the channel. Second target is $5. The last target, which is the top of the channel, is $22 US. I don't know what is going to happen next year, but if there will be like a situation which we have seen that where XRP will take off and other cryptocurrencies are going down, then I don't know what that's going to mean for XRP. But basically what I was seeing, and like I say so many times, like I'm myself a little bit like feel weird about it as well, because I'm pro crypto and pro Bitcoin generally as well, is that XRP was just going vertical and it was not looking back. It was just going, while all the others were just staying there or just going down. I'm not really sure about that, but the Ripple was just going up, like in a vertical line. But yeah, there's no chart or something. I don't see price levels in that sense, but I just saw the movement of this XRP just going and taking off, and really not looking back, not like coming down, coming up, coming down, coming up. No, just really go up and just take off. Like it felt for me like a big shift would happening, like a big shift, like some big news, like for example RLUSD is going to be the new like American dollar, which is like such a significant news that the XRP price just goes in crazy highs, that it happens instantly, right? So maybe something like that is coming. Maybe something like that is coming on the 3rd of January. This is pure speculation, not financial advice. I have no clue. But what I do think that something big is happening, and I do think that many of you can feel that too, and that's what we are investigating. And we can see the attitude from a Michael Saylor is changing. You can see that it's not because he's becoming a believer in XRP. I think he doesn't believe in the system of XRP. I don't even know if I believe in the system of XRP, but he starts to realize that the climate, the surroundings of crypto is changing. And he realized, like, oh, I shouldn't say too much negative things about this. First of all, maybe they have a very big, strong community, but I don't think he worries that much about it. I think he worries more about the regulations, right? What if he would talk very bad about XRP right now? It maybe backfire him in the next months. Maybe he knows actually something is coming up. But you can see in this interview that how he reacts on this question, you can just see that he feels something is going on with XRP. Be quiet. Like, don't say too much. Don't bash it, right? That's what I feel when I see him talking in that interview. And I also find it very interesting that it caught Patrick Bet David eye. Why is he even talking about XRP? He actually talked about XRP in the past too. Why is he talking about XRP? So it also plays a role in his life, right? It's touching him somewhere. Otherwise, he wouldn't bring it up, right? That's another thing that I find very interesting. And also what Patrick Bet David actually said to Michael Saylor, which was also very interesting, because Michael Saylor was saying like XRP is a security, Ethereum is a security, and then Patrick said like, hey, I'm not owning XRP, I'm owning ETH, but why is the SEC only going after XRP when Ethereum is also a security? And then you also saw Michael Saylor dancing a bit around the question, because of course these are powers at play. It doesn't make any sense. There is no logic, because it is powers that are fighting with each other for their own agenda. You cannot explain that unless you can see the true intention of these powers. So once you know that these powers are active, you don't want to get involved in that, right? Especially not such a public figure as a Saylor. But yeah, he does speak up, especially before, but right now he's keeping a bit silent on XRP, which is interesting. Now we go to the Bitcoin dominance, guys, and this is a chart that I've shared with you many times, and we have seen such an increase in Bitcoin dominance. And I believe that this is going to an end. I believe that and I've said this many times, that we do this, we bounce from these levels, and then we go lower. We bounce from the exact first Fibonacci level right here, 23.60%. If we zoom a little bit in, then we have a nice bounce so far. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. How does that look on the 4-hour time frame? Yeah, here we can already see that the momentum indicator is extending to the upside. It's losing a little bit momentum. Maybe this is I'm not really sure. Maybe this is going to be an ABC correction. I think it's nice to have a Fibonacci retracement tool right here from the top till the bottom, and then you can see that we can maybe set it as this would be a little bit nicer. We touched the 50% level. The way that I'm shifting it sounds, because you can take the top and with the complete bottom, which we do see some reactions, and we do see some reactions right here. So yeah, maybe this is actually better. But sometimes you want to extend it a little bit right here, and you want to go to the previous stop, like where is the spot and where can you see the most significance between these lines. That's very important, right? But here we actually see a lot of significance. So if we were to push higher, I would say the Bitcoin dominance will maximum go to the 61.80%, but maybe not even reach that. And once we are reaching that level, I think we are going to roll over again, and we are going to see we are going to break below this low, which means that there will go a lot of liquidity into altcoins. And yeah, I definitely think this will coincide with XRP going into the next leg up. which maybe happens this Christmas, maybe happens in January, maybe it does not happen. But I think something is cooking, something is going on, and we are going to see that. Because still, from a technical perspective, guys, it's still really significant that we have this very long consolidation period of 7 years. 7 years. That's really a lot. 7 years. Let me check if we have any other, like maybe gold or something, where we have a breakout which took 7 years. This is 2000. This is like a 4-year consolidation, as you can see right here. Of course, gold looking very bullish, but here you can see what I'm trying to say with consolidation is there's no trend. It's basically going back to its to stabilize, and then from that moment of stabilizing, it has a new foundation to take off. So this is like a 4 years consolidation, but this is just a sideways range. With XRP, it just looks different. So with XRP, it's like this triangle formation, and it's just something that we haven't really seen in crypto, because generally Bitcoin is following these 4-year cycles, right? 4 years up, 1 year down, 4 years up, 1 year down. But XRP right now is doing something completely different. It follows a little bit when Bitcoin goes up, XRP goes up, but the structure right here is just completely different than the structure of Bitcoin. And a break of this resistance level, I mean, this chart, if this is a crypto with real utility and everything, it really looks like this has been suppressed. This has been really suppressed if you compare this to the previous bull market in crypto. This definitely looks very suppressed. So we don't know how much squeeze can we get out of this by this long period of suppressing the price. But yeah, guys, that's just my 2 cents. I think the technical structure is still looking bullish. Of course, we can see a correction. I actually would have expected already maybe a correction, take some liquidity down, have some liquidation event for the ones that are using leverage. Of course, there was maybe a small liquidation event, but not much. We haven't really seen a shakeout. It's just like it's pumping, and it's kind of holding still at these levels. At where the pump was, we just had a small dip to 190. So it's actually still holding up pretty quickly. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look like XRP Army wants to sell right here. It looks more like we are building the next foundation, or the next foundation for the next rally. So maybe that could be something like, what is this? Like a bull flag formation, where we just consolidate, do something like this, consolidate, and then eventually break out to the upside. This generally is a continuation pattern, because we entered this pattern from an uptrend. We have a flag formation, and the chances that this one breaks to the upside is higher than the chances that this one is breaking to the downside. It can happen, because it's always a game of probabilities, right? But still, the chances are higher for more upside. But yeah, guys, that was it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, smash up the like button, guys. Can we get that firework again on no, it's not working. Yeah, we got it again. Okay, no, that's just stupid, guys. Yeah, no, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash up the like button. Make sure to join in the comment section what you think about all the topics that we discussed in today's video. What do you think is going to happen in January? Maybe what's really important and what can help each other is if we start going to think about narratives. So which narrative can be pushed in January, and which narrative can be pushed in February? Of course, the easiest one is Gary Gensler is going to go. But yeah, maybe there are some more narratives, like RLUSD going to have a big role or something like that, because when we can foresee these narratives, it's going to be easier to act upon them and to position ourselves accordingly. Okay, guys, I wish you all a beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.